All right, and for more on the taxi strike, let us once again touch base with SABC News reporter Aphumelele Mdlalane, who joins us now live from Bloemfontein in the Free State. Aphumelele, good afternoon to you once again. It's a little after 5 o'clock now, and I suppose people are starting to make their way to the taxi ranks. Talk to us about the situation before we hear about the outcomes of the meeting.
All right, Balisa, of course we can see people making their way to the taxi ranks that are surrounded here in the CBD. Some are going to their interstate bus lines, and also others are using the metered taxis and also the taxis we could see. But now the issue now that is emanating is that the commuters, or rather the residents, are worried about their safety, because they just told us that in the morning it wasn't really easy for them to come to town, as there were people who were removing them, others attempting to even remove them from the taxis. Now they are still worried as to what's going to be happening now that they are from town to their destinations. But news that are just in Balisa is that the meeting that with all the stakeholders have just concluded. Even though we understand that there hasn't been an amicable solution, we understand that also tomorrow there is a meeting. It's continuing where, of course, but what we understand is that they also told the taxi drivers to go back to work, to be operational. Hence, we are seeing the movement now. But we will, of course, have to check also in the location, because earlier on we could understand that the communication is not enough. Some are being communicated to, they are being informed about the latest developments, while others are still in the dark. But just with me, I'm joined by the MEC for Police, and that is Sam Mashini. Thank you so much for your time. Let's go back to the meeting. I understand you're part of it.
Yeah, that's correct. Let me also greet the viewers out there. Yes, indeed, we had a meeting today with the Greater Bloemfontein Taxi Association, the police, the traffic and everybody. The purpose of the meeting was to find an amicable solution onto that matter. Yes, one, the issue was to say that you need to zoom into the space of the operations of the IBL, because there were concerns to say IBL is taking a lot of route inside Bloemfontein, Tabanjo and Botshabelo. We're going to zoom into that space to investigate that. No one is supposed to operate without a license. No one is supposed to operate without a license, number one. So we have agreed. We had a very fruitful meeting that says, and everybody said, we apologize to the people of Bloemfontein for this thing. And everybody agreed that what we need to do in moving to the future, we must make sure that we go around the table and we discuss our problems. The best way to deal with the problems is sit down and talk about your problem. And we have all agreed to say this is the issue that to go. And we have agreed that moving forward, no one is supposed to intimidate any person on the road. When commuters are saying that we felt threatened, no. There's no one that is going to be threatened on the road. Police will be there to ensure that the commuters in Bloemfontein are safe. I have commitment from the association that says let's work together. We will investigate those. Friday it must come back, the report, to say this is how far we have found. No one is supposed to make sure that they operate. Number three is that when you travel, let me use this opportunity, when you travel to Lesotho, make sure that you have the permission. If the car is not yours, you have the permission of who is the owner of that car. Because if you don't have, and it's not your car, that car is going to be impounded, even including the people of Sotho.
MEC, coming back to the issue of the taxis, we also understand that there's been an issue of permits, bus permits, taking routes that they're not supposed to take. Now, we want to understand what exactly is going on. How is this working?
That's the point. That's why we've said allegation has been placed to say the problem is our routes are taken by IBL. That's what we're going to zoom in. That's what I'm referring to. By Friday, we should have that report that says, is that allegation correct or not? And that's what we're looking for. But I'm warning, if IBL is using that for their own sake, we're not going to allow that.
And another issue here is now what's going to be happening, knowing that there's still those in the location saying that they haven't received the communication and they will continue with what they are doing.
No. All what I'm saying to the people of Bloemfontein, an agreement has been reached now to say we go back to operations, we work properly. That's why we said we apologize, because really we have caused inconvenience to our commuters. Remember, it is the commuters that are paying the operators and so on and so forth. So we must apologize for that.
That's the MEC for Police Roads, Ndate Sam Mashini, of course, saying that the meeting will continue tomorrow and they will take it there. However, the issue of route permits and also taxi drivers will have to be resolved as soon as possible, because the majority of people who are, of course, the commuters, are the ones that are bearing the brunt out of this matter.
All right, Aphumelele, just before I let you go, I see a number of police officers behind you. Is the situation still tense as it is?
Balisa, the police officers and also the law enforcers that you see just around, it's just some of those that are making sure that the city, the traffic is being controlled in the city. We could see them, of course, during the process of the day. They were making sure that these things that I was telling you about, that there are people who have been forcefully removing other people from their taxis. It's not happening, and also that the traffic congestion is being, of course, is being treated so that, because we know that this is the time whereby everyone is going to their destination, going to their homes, and it's where they should be visible on the roads and make sure that traffic is flowing as usual.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Many thanks. That was SABC News reporter Aphumelele Mdlalane, live from Bloemfontein CBD. As you may have heard, the MEC for Transport in the Free State, Sam Mashini, is saying that an agreement has been reached with all the relevant stakeholders. So the situation is expected to return to normality as soon as possible.